Lee Owens is an artist coming from Wales in the UK, dropped one of my favourite albums of the 2010s back in the 2010s. 2017 was the album. Great, fucking great album. Love that shit, man. Just such a gorgeous piece of music. Can't not recommend that album enough. Like, I have to recommend that album at any opportunity I get, because it's just so good. And a debut album being that good just showed a huge amount of promise early on. And the next album that she was going to put out there, I was anticipating from the get-go. I was just excited to see where she'd take things. 3 years later, we're here with a new album. One of those releases where before it even dropped, I was ready to highly praise it. I just had that feeling, that really rare feeling where you just know you're gonna love something before you hear it. I was right. I have not been let down by this. This is fucking great. Difficult to gauge which is the better album. Not that it really matters anyway, because I think both are fantastic in their own right. But what I like about this album is that she's not just giving us more of the same. I mean, she could have, and it probably would have been fantastic again anyway. But she's really honed in more of a unique style, I think, this time around, which is interesting because it was already great in the first place. But I feel as though she's letting her voice just unleash a little bit more. She's showing us her voice. She's singing on so many of these tracks more than just giving like fleeting vocal performances, vocal samples, snippets here and there, just like she did on that Daniel Avery album back in 2013 too. There weren't traditional song structures on that debut album. You weren't getting like verses and choruses, but on this album you have plenty of tracks in which she's just showing us her beautiful voice, and I am just ready to listen to it forever. Tracks like Love Is Not Enough, for example, showing so much passion and beauty coming out of her voice with the lyrics too. It's completely different compared to what we've heard before, but I, again, think it's a great track. And I like the diversity on this album too. You have tracks like this, but then you have a track like Melt, which is from another world. Melt is easily one of the best songs of the year. I guarantee it'll be very high on my songs list already. That is a promise. I'm promising you that, because this is just a fucking stellar banger. The drop that comes through, there is just nothing else like it. Like, I can't think of any artist doing something like this around at the moment. And again, this on an album with tracks like the John Cale feature somehow all comes together really well, even though they're really from completely different styles. But Melt just has this classic feel to it. I sort of feel like in a few years' time we'll be looking back at a song like this and viewing it as a classic electronic piece of music, because it should be. It fucking should be. What a banger. What a banger. You could play this at a party or a festival and it would go the fuck off. My God, she killed it here. The vocals take a spotlight on the track On as well. Love the first half, and the second half, like the transition is, again, just, I'll probably use this word constantly, but it is stellar. Like, the second half of this track, god damn. It is an absolute killer piece of music, but God, the beautiful vocals that take a shine in the first half as well. It's just a track that's got so much offering. It's really impressive. There are trippy and sort of psychedelic moments coming out this album too. The dreaminess of tracks like Rewild, and also the closing track. The track before the closing track, Flow, probably my least favorite if I had to pick one on this album. Just don't think it grips me, because once you hit the final track, it is just so pillowy and beautiful that it feels like Flow didn't quite hit that level. But the way these tracks are produced, mixed in with the vocals, are just so on point. Like, seriously sounds like a huge like budget type of deal here, because it just sounds like she knows exactly how to record music, and everyone involved as well just get everything right. Like the bass, the low end, like everything is just mixed to perfection. It's crazy. The glossiness on Jeanette, like, it is just such a shiny song. I was dropping my jaw when this track came on. I was so bloody enamored with how she put this one together. Like, fuck, man. And then the beat comes in and it's just such a bouncing beat alongside these really like shimmering synths. It's so cool. She is just throwing everything at this album. You can just tell this was like the one she wanted to do. You can tell like this is something she was so proud of, because it just shines through on every track. I mean, you have even a Radiohead cover to kick things off. She joins Lee Owens in 2020 with a Radiohead cover, which I think no one really saw coming 2 times this year. I don't think that was something anyone could predict. Just like Lee Owens, I think she completely makes it her own and completely dominates the track by just adding what you'd expect Kelly Lee Owens to make a song like this sound like. You know, it's very atmospheric, it's very beautiful. It's a great way to kick off the album, and there's just so much to love here. Like, when I was listening to this album, like, there's so many little details in the production throughout that I just catch, and I'm just so like taken aback by. I cannot speak highly enough of the vocals. They're wonderful from start to finish. I love how she unleashes her voice again, just giving us more of those vocal dominated tracks. And yeah, she really is one of the better artists coming out the UK right now. It's great. It's great to see another electronic leaning release in 2020, because I think there's been so many great ones. Killing it again, another one killing it again. Hopefully this is an album that garners her more attention, because she truly deserves it, A fantastic artist. Probably gonna go on to release even better music in the future. I just have faith in her. I feel like the next album will just step it up once again. But yeah, great release. Wow. 8.5 out of 10 from me. Hopefully you like it as much as I do. Hopefully you enjoyed this review as well. But if you haven't heard this album, definitely check it out. Please check it out based on my recommendation. If you have already heard it though, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching my review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Subscribe if you haven't already. And goodbye.